And welcome back, YouTube. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, which was, for me, only a couple minutes ago. For you, it would have been yesterday, if you're watching on YouTube, where we're fishing in the blizzard. Because blizzard fishing is apparently the preferred weather for fishing. We had multiple ago. Lemons. Clear a hole on the way. Clear hole, clear hole. And we keep cooking fish. This is how we make our oil. It'll probably change a little bit when I break the first of these tip-ups. At least one of the tip-ups is running a bit low on condition. Had I prepped more tip-ups, we could hypothetically just have a big field of these that basically run around collecting fish off of. I do think they get worse the more you have in a small area. They just don't go bad quickly enough to offset the gain from having more of them, is my understanding from a condition standpoint. Well, from a time standpoint. Maybe if you're trying to maximize fish per condition, that's what you don't want to do. But oh, we got a moment to go. Okay. We got no bait for the last one. We got some fish to harvest into bait, so let's do that. Now up to 0.28. It's about a fourth of the oil we, I think, unlock at this point. I didn't put any more in the pot. Should put one in the pot. Any luck? I have the pot boiled. Nope. It's now moved into day, but it's still a blizzard, so we pretty much can't see anything. I've got about 3 hours left on the fire, and that's 3 hours before adjusting for it being cold. It being cold / blizzard makes everything last longer. The game's a little bit nice like that. If you're trapped in summer because of a blizzard, it keeps your fires going longer.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Isn't that my last bait? No, I got one more bait. We're clear. Let's clear this hole over win. Cleared, cleared, cleared. Basically cleared. Minutes left on the melt. Oops. No. Make sure to make the water drinkable, please, before we get into trouble later by mixing unprepared water. Prepared stuff. We got 3 fish waiting to be cooked, and we're out of bait. So let's pick the lowest one, which is you. You're going to get turned into bait. I believe the bait is basically decreasing the amount of fish, but in theory is increasing the quality. I might just making my yields lower, to be fair. Not super sold on bait being worth it. Keeping the character fed and hydrated. Oop, there's one ready to be harvested. No fish came off of it because the line's snapping, but harvested. Oh, interesting. The blizzard here has summoned me a carcass. Not a harvestable carcass, though. Too far out. Full carcass. Getting a little bit of feathers off of it. That's all fish we have currently. That also means we've been through a few blizzards, so it's probably worth at this point actually doing a beachcombing trip up and down the whole beach. It would be better if we were at one end of the beach and just go the whole way. Instead, we're kind of annoyingly in the middle of the beach. But yeah, it's probably worth doing a beachcomb to see what's come ashore. The thing is, we know stuff has come ashore in the form of that carcass. And there's bound to be some more useful stuff. Yeah, there may be more fish. Okay, we're down to an hour, so we're starting to get close to running out of fire. So I'm going to stop chopping up fish as bait. At some point the fire is going to go out, and then I'm not going to be putting fish to cook. Yeah, we figured out earlier, you're not close enough to safe. Harvest. Random shore fish is free fish. Won't mind if I do. And there goes that fish up, or tip up. So not waste the time, I might as well start fishing manually in that hole. Okay, 13 minutes until ready. 17 minutes left on the fire, so the fire's about to go out. We might have enough time to get one more cooked. Might have to get a bit creative to get one more out of it. Fizzling a torch and throwing a spare stick on it will probably give us just enough time to get the last fish cooked.
Something's making me feel tired.
Well, that would be cold being tired. That does that. Trust me, I know from experience. Darn. It's not enough time. Apparently, this is good weather. We're warm. That's why. It would have been enough time had we not been warm. Alright, well, we'll take our tip up. We won't leave it in the hole. Oh, and apparently when they break, unlike other broken things, you don't get anything left to harvest to put back. Okay. Okay, so needless to say, I got a bunch of coal here. If we really wanted to keep fishing, we could keep fishing, but I don't think burning coal is the most efficient way of doing that. The weather is actually probably good enough that it's worth grabbing a couple pieces of coal here. We can go look out for limbs. Though, the wind is maybe saying that's not a smart idea. No, what am I thinking about? Get full on calories. Get full on hydration. Usually try to carry 2 liters of water with me. Leave the fish there. Bear hunt in the wind or beachcomb in the wind. Maybe a comb with the bowl. Do a little bit of beachcombing. I'll beachcomb my way over to where we drop off the oil, so we can save a little bit of weight by dropping the oil off. And then we'll see what the... Yeah, so they spawned in because of the beachcomb. See what the bear's up to. Better visibility should give us a better idea of where the bear is. Anything here in the cracked ice? We'll try not to get too close to the edge. There might be something. What are you? And are you at a safe distance? Cattail head. I don't need a cattail head. Drop a cattail head. Cattail stock I'd take. Cattail head's a bit meh. Are you a head or are you a stock? You're a stock. You're worth taking. You're some food. Once again, the character's a bit fatigued, but we can take a little bit of condition damage loss. And it not be a problem right now, because we're pretty full on condition. Drop off our oil. So we need to get about 75, well, 750 milliliters, right? So it's about 3/4 of a liter. I wonder what type of corpse that is. Deer would be useful, because we don't really need meat, right? I got plenty of fish, and if I'm gonna dry something, I probably want to dry like 20 kilograms of bear meat in one go. This is obviously a beachcomb corpse, or beachcomb carcass. It is a wolf carcass. Frozen, ravaged. Far enough away from the edge that I probably can harvest it. And yeah, this is a ravaged one, so there's not really much meat on it. And start with magnifying lens. It probably is actually warm enough I can harvest this with just tossing a piece of coal on the fire.
Come on.
Because I need just under an hour to get this, I think. One lump of coal. We'll get the peas. We get the small piece of meat off of it. The calories from which will probably recoup most of the calorie loss from cooking and butchering the animal. We get the hide. The hide is, well, the hide will be valuable once we have the new recipe. Wolf hides are, before the introduction of like wolf hide pants, wolf hides are pretty low value. Wolf-hide pants may have re-evaluated that in my mind, because wolf-hide pants will probably make decent pants. But normally wolf-hide is not very valuable. It's pretty worthless. Anyway, so a little bit of beachcombing we did there wasn't super exciting. We got one cattail stock and a wolf hide, but free loot is otherwise free loot. And who knows, the weather is still good, so I might still be able to harvest harvest a tree limb on the way back as well. This is about as far out as I'm going to walk. There's a little bit more beachcomb along here. Opportunity for beachcomb. But I'm not seeing anything in a distance. Which doesn't necessarily mean there is anything. Right. That just means there's nothing as big as a wolf carcass. Could be some very minor things like hemp and stuff like that. Or more cattail. But I usually don't have the best luck searching this end of the beach. Usually I have better luck on the other end of the beach. I'm probably going to want to be a little careful. I've definitely been jumped by wolves on this stretch along here. It's been reworked a little bit with the addition of the landing spot, but it's still a little bit too curvy. And it's easy to get the wolves too close before they notice your torch. If you're not careful. There's the bear. I don't really got enough fuel on hand to hunt the bear right now. For the last fishing trip, I would have, but now we're a bit fuel light. Mute mic there for a moment so you don't have to hear my cough. We got a little bit of meat on us, and we got a couple guts, so I need to be a little bit careful, because I'm going to be attracting the predators. I'm not seeing any limbs. Seeing some small branches. Oh, there are some limbs up there. Okay, so we can gather, while the weather's good, we can gather some limbs. To provide more fuel for finishing our fishing. Okay, so the weather's decently good, so we can go ahead, blow up our fire there. toss on the last piece of coal, which should hopefully keep us warm enough that we can get at least one of these two harvested. May not be enough time for both, but we'll find out. Harvest the cedar limb, which takes an hour. And okay, because of the local cold effects, it will last long enough if we get both of these.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Eat the rest of the meat so it doesn't smell as we carry around the guts with us. We brought water, so we can drink our own water. If I was trying to maximize water production, it would have made sense to potentially make water as I was harvesting those. So if you're not next to a giant pile of water like I am, you may want to remember to do that. I just know I have a giant pile of water right over the fishing spot. So I wasn't going to make stuff that I'd then have to haul around with me. Okay, let's come in here and drop off our guts and hides for them to start curing. Let's see what the state of our fuel out here is looking like. And thanks, Shaka. What's up? Doing the Long Dark. I think this is the second part in the recording. And it's going pretty well at the moment. We haven't been jumped by anything or anything. And mainly been fishing. Been making the fairly long fishing trip to generate oil for getting our wolf-hide pants recipe. Requires getting 3 liters of lantern fuel. And I didn't want to drop off the jerry can. Right, so I had more than 3 liters of lantern fuel sitting around. It just all was in the jerry can. And whenever you drop off for the trade, you have to drop off full items. By full items, I mean, like, you can't... Items that are divisible, you can't drop off part of the divisible. You have to drop the whole item off. So, like, I have more than 3 liters of oil in the jerry can, but if I then drop the jerry can to do it, I'd have to drop the whole jerry can, which I didn't want to do. So I'm basically doing a short quest here, self-imposed quest of generate 3 liters of lantern fuel. So I have it to drop off for the trade. Okay, and we made 6 of you. Let's, I'm gonna go ahead and borrow 2 of you. And we've got more fuel in case I want to harvest some more limbs. I see some more limbs to harvest. That's a flyover. Might be circling over the carcass we saw earlier. But yeah, making good use of the weather right now. The weather's starting to go a little bit bad, so it's probably time to hunker down somewhere to warm up. I'll probably go up into Jackrabbit Island and give the character a 10-hour rest there. Convenient fish. Free fish is free fish. We'll pick that up on the way back to the fishing spot. Piece of birch bark. Ooh. Ooh. Unused free flare. Beachcomber is being nice to me today. But yeah, probably about time to put give the character a nightly rest. Unless I see a limb on Jackrabbit here to harvest. And then probably have the character wake up. Well, we sleep for 10 hours now, the character will probably wake up. Yeah, we can do 10 or 12 hours, right? So we can do 10, and then if the weather's bad, go back to sleep for another 2. And as you can imagine, Jackrabbit Island apparently has jackrabbits on it. Who would have guessed? Doing a quick once over to see if I can find any limbs. There's a limb. It's because we have a limb. I'm going to go ahead and harvest the limb. So I think it is warm enough that we can toss one piece of coal in here and get the contents of this limb. Sort of equivalent exchange. Yeah, minus 10 degrees, so it'll be warm with one lump of coal on it. This is a fur limb, so this is an extra valuable limb. That was the main reason I was carrying the torch around, is because we can use the torch to start fires. So there's a limb down there. Without having to spend a match or a flare or some other ignition source. I don't have the fuel to harvest both of these. So you are cedar. You cedar, you fir. You're also cedar. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which one I harvest, they're going to be the same. Yeah, so I can probably use the last piece of coal that I brought over. We can get the cedar log, and probably actually the branches as well. And then that will be actually a very good night for the character. So yeah, we're too far away to harvest this one. If I was desperate for fuel, I could probably harvest that before we get coal and just duck in the cabin. But that's enough of a risk. We're not going to do that. I lost a lot more calories doing that than I had contemplated. Well, I had expected. I think we're still calorie positive, so I might still take the 10-hour nap. In worst case scenario, I'll eat a cattail to keep well fed as we head down to the fishing spot. Another stick. And as you can see, I haven't completely plugged the world free. We've still got things like rose hips we can gather for various recipes. At some point I'll have to haul these over to the Quonset, because I'm not going to use these here.
Drop something.
get him nice and hydrated, give him a 10-hour snooze, and then probably at the end of that 10-hour snooze is where I'll go ahead and put the part break in for YouTube. So if you've been watching on YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying it. We'll probably either finish the preparations for the trade in the next part, or hunt the bear. I'm not sure which. But this is where I'm gonna take a quick break. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, hang around. I'll be right back after a quick stretch to do the next recording. So catch you all in the next part. Till then, hope you have a good time. Bye for now.